Honda says that the updated 2025 Honda Civic SI is the most fun car you can buy for around 30,000 bucks. Well, is it? Let's take it for a first drive and find out. Well, the power plant didn't change. It's still the 1.5 liter 4-cylinder turbocharged engine, 200 horsepower, 192 pound-feet of torque. Oh yeah, I've got another new feature that I wanted to show you. And those are shift lights from the Type R. Honda says they're also F1 inspired. Yes, it's a really cool feature. So of course Honda did a few other changes to the new SI. They say that they stiffened some sections of the car. Of course, the suspension tuning is just so. And don't expect it to be just a soft ride. It is pretty firm, especially with these tires and these wheels. So I feel really quite connected to the road. But if the road is bad, not like this wonderful road here in Tennessee, near Franklin, Tennessee and Nashville, if the road was rougher, yeah, you would probably feel that. So it just depends on where you live and what you want to get out of the car like this. Steering, maybe it's not super direct, but the weight is just right, especially in sport mode. It gets a little bit heavier and I can enjoy it and just have some fun with it like I'm doing right now. For 2025, the front end design changes slightly. There are no longer those fog lamps down here. There's an air curtain on the side. The whole grille is a little bit narrower. I really like this update. Let me know what you think. In the back, one way you can tell it's an updated 2025 SI is these darkened rear tail lamps. What do you guys think? The 2025 Civic SI has a new wheel design. It's all blacked out. I really love this element right there. It says SI, but if this was my car, I would paint it red or white maybe just to make it stand out. And this is a summer tire. This is a Goodyear Eagle F1 asymmetric. And this is a $300 option. If you don't want this tire, just delete $300 and get the all season. And other than the color of the car, that's the only thing you can option the SI with. All right, let's do this. First thing first, I love the seating position. These bolstered seats are just right, I think. And let me start the engine. Okay. And for 2025, these seats are heated. Yes, thank you, Honda. I guess that was one of the things that you guys were complaining about, and Honda delivered. The new SI has Google built in. So you have Google Maps, Google Assistant, several other Google features, and I can do things like this. Hey Google, turn up the temperature to 68 degrees.
Okay, changing the temperature to 68 degrees.
My climate controls are down here, but it's a single zone climate control system. And of course I can move it myself and change the temperature also. This car has wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto, and I love vehicle settings. And I can control a few things, including downshift rev matching. I could leave it on or turn it off. But for this drive, I'm gonna keep it on because I want it to seem like I'm a better driver than I am. And the other thing I wanted to show you is the drive modes. So there's several of them. There's this toggle switch on the center console. I can go from normal to sport to individual. In individual mode, I can customize. I can leave the engine normal or sport, just kind of how sensitive the throttle is, steering, how heavy the weight of the steering is. Sound, I can have it kind of a little bit enhanced with the speaker system, a little bit augmentation. And of course the gauges, I want to leave them in red, kind of this background color. Here's another way you can adjust it and customize it to your liking. You can change the gauge design from round traditional gauges to bar graph. Oh yeah, the engine sounds good. Or even minimal design where some of the gauge cluster goes away when in the cruise mode. You know, the clutch is just too light. There's not a lot of feeling there, but it's very quick, short throw shifter. So, I mean, I can't complain too much. And by the way, if you're wondering about, you know, the chassis stiffening that they did, this sedan, 2025 Honda Civic sedan, also gets IHS Top Safety Pick Plus, which is difficult to get, but this car does it. And of course, part of that is the stiffer upper suspension mounts in the front of the car here, and also stiffer sections by the rear doors, kind of where the rear axle is. So all of that combines for just better driving experience and also better safety. I'm in second gear right now, and I can go to first, and it rev matches for me. Why do I need this? Well, you know, if you take this car autocrossing, you may need that because you have super tight turns and you want to not clip those cones. It's a pretty interesting feature, and it's in this car. In the trunk, you have 14 cubic feet of space approximately, which I think is great. Zach and I have our bags here, and you can put a lot of stuff, but you can also do this. Pop these little two handles, go in the back seat, pop this down, bam, and now you can have a pass-through for longer items, or of course you can put it back up, and I could sit behind myself quite easily. I'm just about 6'3", so I'm pretty large and tall dude. My head hits a tiny bit of the ceiling, but I think for most people this car would be just fine on utility. All right, but what happens if you want to daily drive a Civic SI? Well, you don't start in third. You start in first. Shift indicator lights are working hard, and I'm getting on the highway. Well, I'm doing this to show you something else, actually. So let me settle down. I'm gonna turn on my cruise control. By the way, I love the avatar that's in the middle. It shows my brakes, it shows my headlamps off or on, and even my blinker, it shows. But then I can enable, of course, lane centering and also adaptive cruise control system. So let me do that now. 70 miles per hour. And it's not a hands-free system, but Honda says they improved it. So they worked in the software, they got it to work a little bit smoother. Let me see how it works. Yeah, it's not bouncing in the lane. Of course, I have to keep in control, stay in control of the car. And it's adaptive cruise control system that full stop. So it will bring me, with traffic, will bring me all the way down to 0, and then help me restart as well. And you can see there's a semi-truck in front of me. My avatar is showing that down there. And also cars that are next to me, passing me right now. There's a Mitsubishi Galant. So yeah, it's actually working quite well. Really nice and smooth, and it's another improvement for 2025. Yeah, I could daily drive this all the time. There, we're hitting Nashville traffic. And actually, sorry, I misspoke. I was talking about stop and go adaptive cruise control system, but this is a manual car. This is a Civic SI. So, see, you can actually it says speed too low for the cruise control system. So this would work differently if you had like the hybrid or the regular car with the CVT, the 2-liter car. So it just works a little bit differently in the Civic SI. All right, so is this really one of the most fun cars you could have for around $30,000? Well, let's talk about price. So for 2025, the Civic SI now costs $850 more. So the starting price is $29,950 plus destination, which is $1,095, plus the only option in this car are the summer tires for $300. So now you're looking at what, just a little bit over $31,000. And I love this car. I think it's super fun. Can I tell all the nuances that they changed and modified? No, I'm not a professional driver. I'm not Paul Gerard. I'm not the Stig. But for kind of a regular everyday guy like me, I think they did a wonderful job. This car is pretty practical and has a lot to offer. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Did you miss something? Do you think they missed something in this car? Would you change something else? Let me know, and check us out at alltfl.com for all the automotive news in one place.